Welcome to the EmpireCV.tv special Valentine's edition. There's really nothing special about it except that it's Valentine's Day. We're going to keep it short and sweet, just like your letter to your loved one. And hopefully, if you guys have been participating, just like the letter that you're writing to your favorite comic book character that has to be in by midnight tonight, so that you can get in a drawing for some free comic books. So you can find all the information on our Facebook, on EmpireCV.com, and let's get right into it. Speaking of Valentines, My Valentine is on the cover of this one. Her name is Ororo, and you guys know her better as Storm. She has been getting a lot of respect lately in the comic book world. For a while there, all she was Black Panther's wife. But now, Gillen, Gillen in Uncanny X-Men is giving her her dues, making her the strong leader that she should be. And she shows up this week in Fearless. This is about Valkyrie. She's going down, or she's tracking down all of the hammers that got left over after Fear itself. This also gives us a lot of backstory on her. It shows that this is really going to be her last mission for the gods. And she's up against basically whoever is there to stop her. This week, she is on Utopia. Danny Moonstar, who has served her time as a Valkyrie, in fact has a Pegasus and a sword and a cool helmet, she single-handedly, without powers, confronts Valkyrie. Valkyrie won't back down. What are you going to do? You call on the rest of the X-Men to put a stop to it. So this one has been fun. It's been out every 2 weeks, and it's coming to a close pretty quick there. Another Marvel title, going with Avenging Spider-Man. We had our first run with, good God now, Joe Mad, thank you. I wanted to say Ramos. They're almost so close. But Mad has actually been getting a really, really good grasp of panels, thank you. Ramos, if you wouldn't mind staying within the borders of the panels, it would make my reading experience that much easier. So, but he's gone. We're on to Greg Land for the next arc. Got Spider-Man, Hawkeye. Greg Land, enough said. If you guys don't know him, then look up Uncanny X-Men. He did a bunch of stuff. He was alternating with Cho. Also, the old Sojourn from CrossGen was where we really got to know him and we really got to love him. He's not your typical comic artist by any stretch of the imagination, because he uses a lot of models like Alex Ross, and you can really see some of the work. Hold on, I see you zooming. You can see that his stuff looks much more painted than drawn. It's really fun to look at, though. X Factor, we have been following, again, I talk about this book too much. Next time I'm going to grab it, tell me to grab something else. This one is Peter David. We're following Madrox as he jumps between realities, and each time he's there, he goes to a reality where his version of himself is dead and jumps essentially right into the mess that left them dead. This one, he jumps to a new world, or at the end of the last one, he jumped to a new world where Doctor Strange, or the Sorcerer Supreme, is actually Dormammu, and that sets him up for some really bad things. That's probably the funnest X book out there, with the best characterization, best dialogue. You know, I'm not really going to say much about this because we left this at a really big cliffhanger last time. The Owl has Batman, sending him through the maze. Batman's tripping out. Really bad times for him. Ends with Batman getting a knife right through the back and through his gut. This one doesn't get any better for the Dark Knight. So this is all leading up to the crossover with the Owls, and that's going to be hitting in issue 12, so you have plenty of time to jump on with issue 6. We'll take a little pause for a phone break, and it's done. Green Lantern Corps, this one, we've got all the Corps members outside of Hal. They are gearing up to go up against a power that their rings have no power over. So as you can see, classic 90s style, they get a bunch of guns and go in blazing to rescue their teammates. I mean, I'm not a big gun fan, but it works well. It works really, really well, and it's what their adversary doesn't expect. And just one indie book this week, and I'm picking this one because its previous one, the previous Extreme book that came out, Prophet, caught me off guard. I'm thinking Extreme, Liefeld, 90s. Do I really need to read a Wonder Woman book? But again, what they do is they pick up the old numbering, so don't let that throw you off. This is really a #1 where you can start, and it is much more of a science fiction, heavy metal, hardcore feel. Really, really well done, and it feels almost European. So that's it for the indies. The last thing to remind you guys about is Vision Machine. I know a bunch of you are participating. I've been talking with and working with a few of you too since I'm participating. You have up until the end of March to complete, well, the pages are already done. The artwork is there. You have up until the end of March to write the story for the unlettered art pages that Greg Pack has been kind enough to provide us for his Vision Machine. You can find it at visionmachine.net. You can find all the contest rules at empirecv.com. And that's it for this, guys. Enjoy your Valentine's Day. Hopefully you guys have a good one and get the last of the letters in because you have until midnight tonight. Thank you very much.